on there, Jason. What's Jason doing? Jason doesn't want to come into here. What's that? You just got on Zoom just for fun? Oh, that's for Crystal. Ah, Crystal. Gotcha. Crystal can come in the building. But she doesn't have to hide around the corner. Hi, Leslie. Oh, she's just coming in. Good morning, Yannicka. All right, let's get started. Everyone doing good today? Yeah. Good. All right, so we're going to jump in today. We're going to be doing some works. That'll be always fun. I'm going to be going over lore, some information about what's going on in the market, which of course everyone's so excited to hear about. And then I'll be going a little bit over some strategies through shifts and some ideas for you guys to think about to take into your business. But first, as always, the lovely Shauna.
Thank you very much. Good morning, everybody.
Give her a hand. Give her a round of applause.
The time for our Price is Right. So these are homes that sold in the last 2 weeks. All you got to do is get closest to the actual purchase price without going over, and you win a gift card. So let's take a look. Our first one today is West Palmdale, 4 bedrooms, 3 bath, 1989 built, 2,300 square foot on a 7,400 square foot lot.
Is that Rancho Vista? That's probably over by, Ooh, got a pool.
Go back.
Ooh. Is this the same one from last week? No.
It looks the same.
It looks similar, huh?
But the one from last week didn't have a pool.
Hey, wait, this is the same house from last
No, it's not. No.
It is. Yes, it is.
Yeah, look, the basketball court.
Will you, are they?
All right, let's see how good your memories are. We're playing. You guys remember?
Let's see how good the memories are. There's 605, 610,
For
610,
those that were here last week,
679, what'd you say? 599, 600, 655, 615, 675, 664.
Then we got 610,
599.99. Hey, it's 599.99. 625, 565, 550. 635. Is this the one from last week? Did he not fix it?
with the basketball court.
Yeah. 600.
All right.
Well, you get a big advantage if you were here last week.
Actual retail prices.
He's $10, $9 off. You overbid by $9. Overbid by $9. Wendy got at 590. Yeah, 600's over. Over by 10.
I did.
599. Yep.
All right.
Wendy had it dead on.
Congrats.
$9 over. I remember from last week. Is this the same one too? No, this is different. This is different.
All right, now we got East Palmdale, 4 bedrooms, 3 baths, built
Otto's
in
house.
2002. 2,200.
That's what you said last week.
He owns a whole bunch.
Upgraded, beautifully upgraded. Are we
That is nice.
Is it the same? No, I don't think they have a pool. I don't know. We'll see.
All right, let's see. Jim, let's see what you got. I feel like this is the same one also from last week.
Is it the same one?
I think it is with that.
Did he not update this? Can you ask him real quick? Someone run out there to
Look at the recording.
do we have the right slideshow up?
All right.
Well, if you guys know what the answer is.
All right, Zoom for, let's see,
529.90.
575.
575, 595, 575, 535, 549, 599.90.
599.
Did it add the 99.99? Yeah. 575, 5749. What do we got on Zoom? We got 655 on Zoom, 560, 574.
All right, are we ready?
Andrew is 10 off.
Over.
Did anyone do 600? No, he got it 10. He was 10 under.
590.
I was 100. Anyone get 600 even?
590. 560, 560.
Let's So far, only Andrew remembers the prices.
No, I got
Last time by $9.
That was East Monville?
Alright, last house on the list is West Lancaster, 4 bedrooms, 2 baths. Built in 2005, 2,200 square feet with a 6,900 square foot lot. No, I don't think this one.
Yeah, it is.
No, it is, yeah.
I remember commenting on the
kitchen.
On the kitchen.
Oh, and the no backyard.
But see, who can remember though? So far, only Andrew remembers somewhat the prices, but he still messed up the first one.
I don't know.
Yeah, 100% remember this. I don't
No
remember.
solar.
I remember the first two prices. I don't remember the price. 589.
584.
We got 601 on Zoom. 530. 549. 535. 565. 549. 575. 535. 535. 535. I think these guys remember something around 535. 595.9. 499. Don't be scared. Come on in, guys. We don't bite. Hard. Come on, lots of power.
You guys ready for actual retail price?
Yes.
Do
Is.
My what? No way!
Very good.
We have 535 over here. Jason had it. Had it here too.
She cheated. I
know,
saw
I
her
too.
looking at the video.
Did we cheat over here? It's the same as last week. It didn't get updated. It's the same as last week, but not that also. You on card?
Alright, I'll go, let me go get 2 more cards.
All right, next week,
Swindler.
if we have the same ones again,
You guys
Well,
are
I'm
buying
also
me.
winning.
Actually, if we have the same ones again and you guess, that means your next escrow has to go to on-track.
yeah, that's too easy. How do we think, Shauna?
On-track, on-track.
On track, on the contract. Thank you, Shauna, for supporting us and always doing fun stuff. All right, let me get this out of the way. All right, gotta go fire someone for not updating that. I'm just kidding, Mondo.
There's 2 more seats in the front, guys.
All right, little video for you guys for what's upcoming here at Mega Camp.
You guys ready? Let's go.
All right, we got Mega Camp coming up August 23rd and 24th. This is my first time in like 4 years. I can't go in person because it's my 10-year wedding anniversary. My wife would kill me if I missed out. Oh, I know, isn't that sweet? Just kidding. All right, guys, so early bird special. If you guys want to go in person, the tickets are $5.99 early bird. If you want to get digital, where you can go via Zoom and you don't have to fly out to Texas, you're welcome to do that via Zoom. It is the $129 early bird special as well. Strongly recommend guys going in person. It's Jessica, you're gonna be there? Do you like going to Mega Camp?
I do.
Jessica, do you have good production?
I do.
So if you go there, you get good production. It's that simple. It really is, guys. You get to learn a lot from top producers. They just bring on top producers on stage and they share what they're doing. You take a lot away from different strategies and stuff like that. And it's a great write-off because it is a training. You can fly up to Texas, do it in person. If you are unable to do that, like I am unable to do it this year, I will be doing it digital, and you get all the content for up to a month. You can go all the breakout sessions, dive into it all. It's good stuff. Strongly recommend you do that. Upcoming stuff for the office tomorrow, the Financial Peace University. That is being done by our financial committee with Otto and Ileana. It is Dave Ramsey's course. This course it's an expensive course that we provide for you guys to help get financial peace. We all know what's going on in the economy. Things are not going to get easier anytime soon. Get your finances in order. I strongly recommend coming. Baby Steps with Otto Gonzalez and Ileana goes up tomorrow at 10 o'clock in the training room. The KW Family Picnic, the 25th. Who's going? Who's bringing their family? I gotta bring mine too, unfortunately. No, I'm just kidding. It'll be fun. It'll be a good time, guys. We're gonna be
Sign up sheet here.
sign up sheet here. If you haven't signed up yet, there's a sign-up sheet right here, guys. It is at 11 o'clock at Fin and Feather. It's going to be just a nice little time for the family. Get out there, do games. There's a competition for cornhole. JD, where you at? He's gone. It's a.
I'm on Zoom, buddy.
Oh, there you are. JD, the cornhole tournament. We just got to sign up with you, or how do we do it?
Yeah, just you can call me at 661-886-8427. Come to my office, text me. It's pairs, teams of 2, $25 each, and we're gonna have gift baskets for first, second, and third. First being the bigger one, second and third is the smaller ones. And if you can't play because you might, be busy enjoying the food or enjoying our family time with everyone, you can also sponsor a team, which I'm doing, Smart Move is doing, Narita, she's doing that too. So reach out to me either way or just grab me in the hallway and I'll tell you more about it.
The money's going to KW Cares, guys. It's just a fun little tournament, raise some money for KW Cares. It'll be a great time. Thanks, JD.
Thank you.
And then Hadia's doing, there's our cornhole tournament. A little slide for that. And Hadia's doing a question and answer, realtor exclusive final session. Bring your questions, listen to the answers on Zoom, June 27th, 1 p.m. Then we have Building Powerful Pipelines. This is a top producer, the KWRA Director of Referrals, Relocation, and Institutional Organizations. She's bringing Building Your Powerful Pipelines with Keller Williams. It's going to be via Zoom, June 30th at 12. Keep an eye out on your links. I think the link we sent out already a couple times. Keep an eye out for your text messages, phone, emails, guys, for the links for that. And then yesterday, Amy started with the first 6 Personal Perspectives workshop. And who was here for that? There's quite a few people was here for that. Did you like it?
Yeah.
Was it good?
Yes.
Awesome. So she's going through each perspective once a month. You're welcome to come in and join with that. The next one's on July 20th. She's going to be focusing on the 80-20 principle at 11 o'clock. And then, where's our Spartan racers at? Ooh, right over there. There's 2 of them. I see they were there at the last one. Who's joining us this time for the Spartan race? I heard this one's easier. I think I have to go this time again too. I'm going to prepare for this one like I prepared for the last one by switching from Budweiser to Bud Light. It really helps. We almost died, but it was a lot of fun. I almost died once, but other than the part where I got to the top and almost blacked out and really felt terrible, it was so much fun. It really is a great way to challenge yourself, though, guys. There's all everyone's physical levels and different abilities were there. It was a great time. I was very impressed with some of our people that went with us and totally kicked butt. And I was like, "Whoa, man, I am not a Spartan yet." But it'll be fun. This one's supposed to be a little bit easier. We're going to be at Anaheim Stadium. I guess there isn't, you're not walking up a mountain like the last one, which sounds better to me. It's 5K and 20 obstacles. And if you aren't able to do the obstacles, guys, there's no one there forcing you to do it. So it's okay. It's more of a good experience for yourself. Totally recommend coming. That's sponsored by KW Fit. Talk to John for more details on that. All right. Let's jump into some of the real estate stuff that's going on in our world. Okay, so this was done at the beginning of June 2nd. I just wanted to do a comparison here. So the mortgage rate, the Freddie Mac fixed 30-year rate, we jumped up real quick, obviously, to 5%. It kind of plateaued a little bit, right? But what happened in June? June, I don't know, 2 weeks ago? Increase.
Jumped up 3/4 of
It jumped up a bunch. Why?
Fed trying to fight inflation.
Slow down.
So what else came out? The inflation rate,
Right.
right? So inflation, our inflation rate came back out, what was it, June 12th or something like that. What immediately happened after that? Interest rates jumped up another, how many? 3/4%, right? So we're at a historic high for inflation. So this is a chart of our inflation. Oh, I'm hearing myself, wow.
Sorry.
sound that dumb?
No,
I hate it. You hate the sound of your own voice? It's like, ugh. So anyways, inflation. Just kidding. Okay, so you can see historically, right, the Fed wants to keep inflation about 2%. 2% is an average inflation rate. That's where they want to try to keep inflation. What we know is the government does a really bad job, or a really good job of overreacting and going way too far one way and way too far the other. You see these big swings.
Yeah.
So you'll see here, obviously we had COVID and that was a crazy year, so we kind of see we kind of ignore what's going on during COVID times. But you'll see the massive of inflation, and everyone agrees, if you're a Democrat, Republican, it doesn't matter, inflation is bad. One of the easiest things to destroy democracy is inflation, hyperinflation. It just keeps going and going and going, and all of a sudden money's worth nothing, and you have a collapse of government.
Yeah.
So inflation has to stop. All right, so there's a couple things the government can do to stop inflation. One is try to policies out of it, but we all know how well that works. And the other thing they can do is raise interest rates to try to stop the economy. So what they want to do is stop people buying and selling homes, buying and selling cars, and these massive swings of income back and forth. They have to slow down inflation, right? And so when the inflation report comes out, by the way, guys, this is some of the worst inflation numbers we've seen historically. I think the last time it was this bad was in '74. Is that right?
94.
Marvin, you were in your mid-50s back then. What was it? I'm just kidding. I'm so mean to Marvin, but that's what he deserves it. All right, he gives it to me back. All right, but inflation, right? It is. Am I not funny today? I'm laughing at my own jokes. All right, so we got to stop inflation. So interest rates will keep going until inflation stops. That's just it will. So every time we see these inflation reports and they're still at 8%, 9%, what do we expect? Interest rates are going to keep going up, right? So right here is our 30-year fix as of yesterday. So as of the beginning of the month, we saw that the inflation was right about 5.2%. People are like, oh, or I'm sorry, interest rates were about 5.9%. And you would hear some people say, well, it might going to flatten out and it's going to stay there. Then the next report came out, inflation, they were expecting the inflation to come down a little bit. It didn't, it kept going. So then you saw it jump, spike right back up. And right, as of yesterday, we're at a 5.78%, right? That feels high if we have a short-term memory. It feels high, right, if you have a short-term memory. So, current mortgage rates compared to the last 5 decades. Go talk to people. The current rates, obviously this was done at the 5.9, so we've jumped up a little bit. But even in the early 2000s, at 6.27% was a good rate. 8.12% in the 90s was actually a good rate, coming back from the 80s where it was as high as 16%, right? So our historic interest rate is still a good rate. Historic average is about 8%. 8% interest rate. So if you're getting an interest rate that's still in the 6% range, it's a good rate. It's really not, it's a good rate, and you should be making sure you're sharing this with your clients, because a lot of people right now are uncertain with what's going on. Is it a good time to buy? I mean, it always depends depending on what they're trying to do, but if they're here, they've got a great job, and they're going to be here for the next 10, 15 years, 20 years, yeah, it's an amazing time to buy. If they're moving in 2 years, maybe not. Maybe it's time to rent or do something else. But yes, interest rates. You gotta know that historically, yes, they are high. And they're like, oh, I'm not getting a 3%. Well, yeah, it may never go that low again. We don't know. But historically, we're still at a great interest rate. All right. Are we in a housing market correction? It's a good question, right? A correction is a decline of 10% or greater in the price of a security asset or financial market, right? So if you look at the average forecast of Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, CoreLogic, NAR, all of them, on average, they're thinking the housing prices is still going to go up about 8.9%.
Really?
So our housing prices have still gone up this year. They have. When we've been talking about a shift in the market, we've been saying the shift is going to happen. It's happening. It's still going to take a while to feel that with the prices coming down and stuff, right? So we still are seeing the prices go up. If you look in Gavar, I think our average, our medium sales price, I did this last month and now I can't forget off the top of my head, was still up like 8 or 9%. Prices have still gone up. We're seeing it start to plateau though. Right? So are we in a correction? As of today, no. But what does that look like in the future? Yeah, possibly. And we're all feeling it, right? That 10% come down. But something to think about is, if we see that correction happening, a lot of people aren't expecting a crash, right? They're saying there's not enough inventory. We don't expect the market to come crashing down, the bubble to pop like it did. It might, who knows. But even if a correction of 10% down, 10%, we're commission-based, right? So if you sold 10 homes last year, and this year you sell 10 again, you make 10% less of your income. So you make 100,000, now you make 90,000, right? So we have to pay attention to this and understand that when the market shifts and things go down, A, it's harder to find business, and B, typically we will make less money per transaction. So that's why it's important to go to Financial Peace University. It's important to pay off those cards when things are good. Albert?
Is there a particular time period that the decline has to happen over? So say a quarter or 6 months?
Albert, you're only allowed to ask questions that make me look smart.
No, okay.
Yeah, not ones that I don't
I
have.
retract my request.
So my understanding it's through the year. If it's a 10% year over year, I'm not 100% sure. No. Yeah. So we'll see what this looks like, and we're going to keep a lot of attention to this and pay close attention to see what's going on. But as of now, our prices have increased month over month, right, and year over year. How do we know that? Where do we find that info?
Statistics all over.
Statistics on Gallup. We'll get there. Existing home sales, seasonal adjusted for annual rate in millions. So, right, we base home sales on sides, buying and selling each side. So, we look back at 2017, we had 5.5 million sides of sales. 2018, 5.3. 2019, 5.3. Then for whatever reason in COVID, everyone's like, hey, let's buy, like, I've been stuck at home for the last 3 months. I hate this place. Let's buy and sell a home. And it carried over to 2021. We had historic home sales, historic sides. So we've been saying get it while the getting's good, right? We've been saying that over these last 2 years. It is still historically on pace right now to be a historic year in home sales. So these should be some of your best years you've had. Right? If we've been struggling through these years, we really got to double down. If you're newer, of course, it's a different story. But if you've been slower during these last 2 years, we got to double down and really pay attention to what you're doing, because this has been as good as it's going to get, most likely. All right? Now, in the future, we may jump back up and sales will continue to happen, but we expect it to come back down, and this year it's on pace for 5.6, which is still the second best year in history. So, yes, things are changing, we feel it, we're preparing for the future, right? But we got to get it while it gets good right now. And pay off those cards, and that debt, those credit cards. Get yourself in a financial position where you're going to be able to survive through some of these times when it does get more difficult. Average number of offers across the United States. The national average of offers is 5.5 offers per listing. That's great. Average number of offers received on homes sold is over 5. In California, we're in the 3 range on average of our average offers. So about 6 months ago, how many offers were we getting when we put up listings? 425. Now I can't sell this listing. It's been on the market for 6 minutes. What is going on? I have no showings yet. I put it on 3 minutes ago. And it feels like that, it gets scary, but the truth is we will see a slowdown in those offers coming in, but we're still on average seeing quite a bit of offers coming through. It is still competitive time as of April, and we're going to keep an eye on this to see if this starts to slow down and see what that looks like. Jessica, are you seeing a little bit of a slowdown in the offers on your homes?
Yeah.
A little bit? Are you still getting multiple?
Yes.
Yes. What is your strategy when it comes to pricing?
It's a little low.
That's smart. Okay, I just wanted to hit that home because I see agents still pricing $20,000 above what it's probably worth, and that those days might be over. If you get lucky, you might, but it's not happened as much as it was. So recession doesn't equal a housing crisis. So what's a recession? What is that considered in the United States?
The GDP down like 3/4.
2 quarters consecutively of a negative GDP is considered a recession. What was our GDP last quarter? It was negative. So looking better this quarter. How are those gas prices?
No.
We're probably going to be considered an official recession during at the end of this quarter, right? We could all expect that. Now, does that mean necessarily that we're just going to have a terrible housing bubble pop? Not necessarily, right? We know a recession is uncertainty and things are going on, and that will cause everything to slow down. Now, will it cause us to really go negative? If you look back historically, I don't like that they add COVID as a recession because we had 2 negative quarters. Well, of course we had 2 negative quarters. Everyone was locked in their house.
Yeah.
So I ignore that. That's annoying to me. But if you look back in 1980 when there was a recession, in 81, and in 2001, we actually saw an increase in home prices during that time. In 1991, we saw a little bit of a decrease, and you obviously know what happened in 2008, which nobody expects 2008 again because we have better financing laws to prevent that from happening. Make sense? So this is something we don't know. What I'm telling you is we just don't know. People telling what's going to happen, they're full of it. Nobody's got a crystal ball, they don't know. All we can do is look back at history, kind of assess what we think is going to happen. Most economists think our housing prices will continue to rise due to the lack of inventory over time, but we will see the sales slow down. All right, absorption rates. Now this is our local. We're getting away from national, getting more local in Gabar. So this is interesting to me. So 2021 was a really weird year. 2020, we had 2 months of everything stopping,
Yes.
right? It just stopped. And what we saw is traditionally we have flows of the seasons, right? We're slower during Christmas time, we pick up in April, we get real busy through May, June, July, August, and it slows down when school comes back down a little bit, and then it slows down, right? We have the seasonality of real estate, correct?
Yes.
Well, in 2021, if we go back and look at our statistics, everything was pushed 2 months. So the slow time was, what, March, April, because no one was allowed to leave their home, right? And then all of a sudden it picked up about 2 months later and it carried further into the year when it typically slows down. So if we look back in June of last year, you see our absorption. First of all, we all know what the absorption rate is. I know Albert knows. It's a supply and demand. So if we didn't put another listing on the market, we would, on our average monthly sales, we would run out of supply in a month and a quarter, right, last June. So June, July last year, you'll see everything was pushed a few months, which was 2021 is hard to base things off of because it was a weird year. We look at 2020, that was obviously crazy, and then 2021 was the influx of what was left over from that. So we were trying to get back into the seasonality, but what I find interesting in our absorption rate is seeing that in January, February, we kind of came back down with less homes coming on, and we see our March, April, May, which is typically our busier time, more houses come on the market, but we keep up with more sales. But you see our absorption rate is kind of climbing back up to almost the 2 months. By the way, 6 months is 6 to 5 months is an average market, buyer and seller market. So still being at 2 to 3 is really low. It's still really low supply, but yet we climbed up much earlier than would be expected, if that makes sense. Yeah. George liked that. Or JD. All right, numbers of listings. So our active listings is in red. Our new listings coming on the market is in gold, yellow, whatever that is. And then sold listings are in black. So something to pay attention to that we really want to focus on over the next, we want to see this line falling. More listings coming on, the more sales that we have, right? But you see, we kind of start doing an opposite thing here. We're starting to sell a little bit less, right, through May. And typically April, May is kind of our busiest time. And yet we're seeing a sales kind of trend down, yet more people are putting the houses on the market. That's a lot of pizza. Now you guys are gonna be hungry, I have to stare at it. So something to pay attention to, right? We're starting to slow down a little bit. We're starting to see, in the busy time of year, we're not kind of keeping up with the listings coming on the market. So we're taking more listings, but we're not selling them as fast.
Yeah.
Consecutive days on market. So over the last year, we've been consistent, man. 18, 19 days on market. If you weren't selling, something was wrong, right? You should be selling quick. Obviously, we see the influx during the slow time. We can expect that. And we saw we kind of tricked back down through April, May. So we're still only about 28, 29 days on the market. It's 10 days more. But if you're having a house not selling and like that, it still comes down to that pricing issue, most likely, right? It's at the end of the day, it's not your marketing plan. It's your price, most likely. All right, summary of statistics. So our absorption rate, which we talked about, of last year was a 1.08 in May. And May this year is a 1.68. So 1.68 is still incredibly low inventory. Yet it's way higher than it was last year. So something to keep track of. So then our average list price, remember we said the sales prices were going up? Look at May last year, it was just under $500,000. We're at $550,000 on our average list price. Our median list price It's 430 of last year. We're at 499 this year, almost 70,000 more. Our average sales price, 436. Our average sales price is 484 this year. So when we talked about the 6% increase, 7% increase, it's still increasing, right? And then our median sales price at 420 to 470. Our average days on market from 22 to 27, and then our medium on there. So I pulled this yesterday, and we had 860 homes on the market. And even though that's very low, what were we at for the last 6 months?
370.
370. I saw it low as 313 one day. Right? So I've been pointing this out every month. Keep an eye on the housing market. Keep an eye. What has it done every single month? Keeps going up. Keeps going up. Slowly but surely, it keeps going up. 860 homes on the market, kind of during our peak time. Like you would expect more homes coming on the market during this time of year, but hopefully our sales would keep up with that. And currently our sales are kind of not. Okay. Any questions on this before I move on? So what's the point of knowing the real estate land? What is the point of this, right? Because you guys are the economists of choice for your consumers, for your clients. As the economist of choice, you have to have an opinion on what's going on. People are going to ask you, what do you feel like, what's happening in the market? This information is for you to form your opinion of what you think is going to happen. And using these information, you get these slides, he sends them out, put them on your social media, be the economist of choice right now. Because right now we're in a very uncertain time. In uncertainty, people don't make action, especially life-changing actions like buying a home, selling a home. It's a lot less people are going to be doing that because they're uncertain. If you could be the voice of certainty for them, you could help them through some of these times. Like, I shouldn't buy right now, interest rates are so high. Well, no, I mean, maybe talk to your parents and see what their interest rate was. I mean, my dad laughs, he's like, my interest rate was 17%, I can't believe people are mad at it. But yeah, that's 17% is a lot, and people were buying and selling when it was 17%. So be the economist of choice, use this information to help out, okay? All right, I'm gonna spend a few minutes now on MOFRs. Besides Jessica, who knows what a MOFR is? Besides Jason, who knows what a MOFR is? Because I know they just read it. Anyone? All right, Jason.
Garrett, can you tell somebody's not muted and it's making a bunch of noise?
I'm sorry, Jason, go again.
Oh, it's making offer for immediate response.
Making an offer for immediate response. How'd you know that, Jason?
From JD.
Jessica, what's that from?
Jason Abrams,
Jason Abrams. Where'd he get it from?
Gary Geller.
Gary Keller. From what book?
Shift.
Shift. We're talking about a shift. Is there a book we should maybe read? Maybe the book that was written for Shift.
It's really good.
It's really good, right? It's just, what is it, 12 tactics, I think? 12 tactics for, keep an eye out, guys. We're going to bring the Shift class and training, and a lot of the stuff we do is from that book over the next month, because we have to be prepared for the market that's coming. NAR just came out and said they expect around 400,000 real estate agents to get out of the business by the end of next year, by the end of this year when the renewals due. 400,000. Wow. That's almost a third of the realtor population, right? We have 1.6 million in NAR. They're expecting about 1.2 to renew next year. So we want those agents to be RE/MAX agents, not Keller Williams agents, all right? I'm just kidding, I don't want any agent to get out of the business, but I really don't want you guys to get out of the business. So preparing for that, doubling down now, puts us in a better position. Because what happens is when those people get out, now when you go on a listing appointment, you're not competing against Cousin Timmy who just got their license that they feel really bad that they have to use. Because Cousin Timmy's back at, working at restaurants or whatever, and you're able to get the listing. Make sense? Yeah. There's less competition for you to now survive. So we say survive during that downtime, and then you have the opportunity to thrive because you've taken more market share, and you keep that market share going forward. Make sense? So MOFR. So MOFR is an opportunity for you guys to go get more leads. Right now, everyone wants more leads, right?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
So let's walk through this together as a strategy. I think the problem that most of us have is we don't think enough in our business. at all, or take time to sit back and think of a strategy that we can do to go out there and get business, right? So what's a MOFR, a make an offer for immediate response? That's a common thing in real estate that you've seen over time. A couple agents use them on their signs here, I've seen them.
Sell your house or I'll buy it.
Sell your house or I'll buy it, right? Perfect example. What about click here for a free market analysis? Right, that's a MOFR. You're asking them to do something so you can get their information. It's a lead generation device, right? Here's the things. Click here for free market analysis has been used 1 billion times. It's not very specific. It's something, it's better than nothing. So what could you do?
Home equity analysis.
Home equity, I like that.
Hey Garrett,
Yeah.
on that meeting that we had with Jason Abrams, he said identify the top 3 problems that sellers and buyers are having right now and use that as a message.
So what are the top 3 problems sellers and buyers are having right now?
Lease back, finding a home.
Leaseback? Could you make a leaseback program? No? We thought about doing that? If you took a listing right now, could you guarantee them a leaseback program, 30 to 28 days in their home?
You have to tax bill.
Most likely, right? Buyers are right now, you still get multiple offers. There's no reason why you can't do a seller in possession for 27 days or whatever until they find a home. Right? We gotta get creative. What is the market of tomorrow gonna look like? Let's think through this right now. So in the last 2 years, have lenders done any sort of creative financing?
Yeah.
A little bit, but they didn't have to. Why?
There were a lot of buyers.
Buyers? Or what else? Interest rates were low. What were people doing with crazy low interest rates? Refinancing.
Yeah.
Talk to your lender. They made more money than they ever made the last couple of years because people are refinancing at 2.5%, insanely low rates, right?
Yeah.
Who's refinancing into a 6% interest rate right now? What do companies do when they stop making a lot of money?
Layoffs. Lay off people.
They lay off, and they might get creative with more creative financing stuff, creative financing solutions to make more money. They haven't had to. All those programs that they do are because they're trying to generate stuff, right? But when their phone's nonstop ringing from refinancing, they don't have to do much. So, how about you talk to a lender? What kind of program can you create? What's out there right now that you could do that could specialize? You have these programs like Homes for Heroes. Guys, you could make a Homes for Heroes. You could make your own program for teachers. I did this when I was real estate full time with my lender. We made up a teacher-only program. We just made up a program. It wasn't that great of a program. We donated back to the classroom. We did a couple other things for teachers only. It was a big thing that we made and created, right? It was our program. Anyone can do that. Talk to a lender. Talk to someone about coming up with a creative thing and targeting those people, right? So I'm going to use my example just because I think it's good to the point. But with the teachers only program, what kind of MOFR, what kind of idea, kind of strategy could I put out there to go get some business? Anyone have ideas? Nothing? I'll just run an ad and hope for the best? Honestly, I think that is the problem. Most of us, we don't think through a strategy to really knock this out of the park. What if I just did a 1-3-5 on it, right? And I really just sat down and thought about what I want to do. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to run a seminar. Teachers only program. Teach teachers how to buy homes. We do it once a month. And I'm going to try to get a lot of people to that seminar. What else am I going to do? I'm going to go to the district, see if I can hand out flyers and give them information about my program. What else am I going to do? I'm going to do social media ad campaign. Try to get people to the seminar and also try to get people to the program. Okay?
Visit the schools.
Visit the schools. Classrooms, teachers. They have a beginning teacher program called BITSA for beginning teachers. Maybe I could be a sponsor at their events. And I could let the teachers know about a teachers only program for all the new teachers that now will have good jobs forever. Security. If they don't buy today, they'll buy in the future. Right? And my MOFR could be teachers only program. Click here to stop paying rent if you're a teacher. Right? I could figure out these, and the MOFR doesn't have to be perfect. I could play with it and change it. But my idea is to get teachers to click on the link so I get the information so I have leads. It's marketing. I'm marketing out there to get people to bring me leads. So, what can you do? I mean, teachers an idea. Do teachers, cops, firemen, whatever. Heroes program. They have Heroes program. Just make up your own. Talk to your lender. What program can you create? Specialize in something. Do something. Investors. The time's coming. Learn how to invest. Come to my seminar. We're going to read through the Millionaire Real Estate Investor together. Your investor choice, all the investor programs. It's going to be time. Prices are going to come low. I don't know. Click here for your free foreclosure list. Click here for your free house of distress list. How do I get that? Go on Flex and click on the REO and short sale houses and send them a freaking list. The idea is to get people to click so you have their information and follow up with them. So now you have leads people to work with. Right? So that is a MOFR. MOFR is thinking outside the box, creating a strategy, marketing to something. There is a office in that just partnered with Keller Williams, and they have a program that they created called the 72 hour home 72 sold program. Their MOFR will sell your home in 72 hours over list price. That's their MOFR. Click here to learn more. You know the program? They price the home aggressively. They only do one open house on a Saturday for 2 hours. They line up the showings, 15-minute back to back to back. The homeowner only has to leave their house on the Saturday. That's it. That's the only time they're gone. They review offers Sunday. They get into escrow by Monday. That office is doing over $1 million a month in gross commission. I'm sorry, net for the office, not for the agents. Guys, this office made last year one of the largest offices in all of Keller Williams. We made about $500,000. They're doing double that in a month because of their MOFR. They turned away 300 agents that wanted to work for them because they put their ad in newspapers, online. People are clicking. They want to learn more about their program. You could do you could be as creative as you can be, right? You just got to think outside the box a little bit and thinking what you can do to offer to people, whatever your niche may be, whatever you want to do, to go find that. And don't do the market of today. Please think of it for the market of tomorrow. So buyers might be in need right now. Like if you did for buyers the last year, be miserable working with all those buyers, right? Only making 2%. But guess what? Buyers might be really nice in the next year. They might be really great. You might be getting 3%. You might be getting 4% because sellers can't sell their dang homes. So that might be some direction you want to go. Maybe you want to be the first-time buyer expert. You want to do buyer seminars, how to buy a home. Maybe you want to only work with sellers, how to get out of distressed property. Guess what? Short sales might be a thing again. Maybe your MOFR is, are you in trouble? Learn how to short sell. Save your credit. Make sense?
Yes.
Do we get the brains thinking? A little bit? Kind of? Here's what I know. We get to these things, we hear good ideas, and if we don't take action immediately, nothing will happen. So I would encourage you, when we're done eating our pizza, go write down 3 to 4 things that you think might be something you would like to do as your little niche, and then go make a 135 about it. Okay? It's not that hard to do a 135. We've all learned it, I hope. Sound fair? All right. I'm off my high horse. Let's get into some awards for the... Oh, I'm good. I got it up there. Let's jump into the awards for May. All right. Top individual listings taken. We have your awards, guys. We're going to just put them in your mailboxes, so don't worry about coming up like normal. Our quarterly awards is going to be August 6th, off the top of my head. We're going to go back to where we were last time over at the Hilton Garden Inn, and we'll have a nice award ceremony for there. These are just for the month of May. So top listings taken. We got Christine Leister, Mr. Plumhouse, Eric Cosimone, and Philemon. Hey, Philemon, you're over there. With 3 listings. Great job, guys. Third place, we got Mr. Megan and Albert Gatt with 4. That's why you're here today. You came to get your some pizza. Congratulations, Albert. Can you get a cubicle in there?
Yeah.
Me and Albert used to throw stuff at each other all the time.
I don't know, it's gas prices, man. They-
Yeah, it's true. It's like, you need to sell like 4 a week before these gas prices. All right, second place we got Jessica Dixon and Mr. Zach Sprague with 2 listings taken each. Oh, do we have them? We have them here. Oh, sorry, I realized that. Is Zach on here? Jessica, second place. What's going on? Slow month. You only have 16 in escrow? You can take more listings then.
I could.
Okay. And first place we got Mr. Mike Watson, 6 listings taken. Congrats, Mike. Congrats. I like teasing Jessica because she really likes to be first place.
I do.
Yeah, she hates being second.
I do.
I'm like, what's your why, Jessica? She's like, to be the best. I'm like, all right. Well, you're working towards it. All right, top individual agents, closed units. We got a bunch of people with 4 closed units for the month. We got Lapita, Luz, Marvin, Norita, Rami, and Zach. Congratulations, 4 closed units for the month. Marvin throws away his awards when they're not in first place. 4th place, we got Bobby and Mike Watson. Bobby, congrats, Bobby. Out in Ridgecrest, great job. Mike with only 5 closed, 4th place. That's where you see him in 4th. All right, in 3rd place, we got Christine Meister out there in Ridgecrest. Great job, Christine. In 2nd place, we got Monica with 7.5 closed units. Great job, Monica. In her office. All right, in 1st place, we got Jessica Dixon with 9 closed units. He's like, yeah, that's where I belong, first of all. All right, closed volume. We got Charlie Dowd with 1.8 million in volume. Good job, Charlie. Where's Charlie? You can come in here, Charlie, give a little bow. You don't hide out there.
It's okay, I'm VIP here.
Okay. We got Christine Leister with 2 million in sales volume in her 4th place. Great job, Christine Leister. 3rd place, Anthony Sunbury with 2.2 million. Great job, Anthony. Anthony not hiding out there. I don't think I've ever seen Anthony come in without like just coming from the gym. Always completely like, like, dang, Anthony, do you ever not work out? And 2nd place, we got Mike Watson with 2.5 million in closed volume. Back for a month. Oh, Jessica, how good did you do for 1 month? Let's see. 1st place with 2.9 million. I think the cap is about 2.5 to be a capper, so it's nice to cap in a month. All right, top individual agents gross commission income, GCI. We got Lupita with 52,000. Great job, Lupita. That's a good month. That's a bummer. You make $51,000 and you don't get to be on the board in a month. Fun fact. My first offer for 50 hours a week out of college was for $52,000 a year. She made that in a month. That's why I quit my last job and got into real estate. 4th place, we got Anthony Sunbury with $55,000. Great job, Anthony. Yeah. 3rd place, Christine Meister with $57,000 out there. Great job, Christine. In 2nd place, we got Mike Watson with $87,000 for May. Not a bad month. All right, Jessica, did you break it? 93,000 for the month. You know, I really need you to hit that 100,000 mark this month, okay? You're letting me down here, okay? All right, and top listings taken for teams. We got Team Silva. They took 2 listings out there. Poor John. He gets to be a team with his dad, and his dad's like in Peru, never here. He can never just be a solo agent. Great job, John. And 2nd place, Ileana Dominguez and Associates with 7 listings taken. Great job, Ileana. On Team Dominguez on there, I see ya. And in 1st place, we got the Plaskis team with 9 listings taken. Good job. Closed units, we got Veronica Gonzalez Associates and Pia's Realty, both closed 4 units. Great job, guys. Otto's out there, high fives. Otto, why do you always take credit for your wife's work? This isn't closed flips. This is closed units, okay?
Clifton.
The units, yeah, okay. In second place, we got Ileana Dominguez with 6 closed units. Great job, Ileana. And in first place, we got Palacios Realty with 7 closed units. Great job, guys. We almost got you, Jess, but not quite. Top teams, closed volume. We got the Chapel Team Advantage with 1.9 million. Great job, Mark. In third place. Good job, Mark. I hope he's on the call. And second place, we got Ileana Dominguez with 2.3 million. Great job, Ileana. And in first place, we got the Palacios team with 3 million in sales volume. Great job, Tom Collins. All right, and GCI. We got Veronica Gonzalez with $45,000 in GCI. Not a bad monthly. Great job, Veronica. And in second place, we got Ileana Dominguez with $66,000. Great job, Ileana. Never come off mute, Ileana, to say things. She's like, anything happening. And in first place, we got Palacios team with $81,000 in GCI. Congratulations, Palacios team. All right, guys, normally right after this, we do our wheel, we spin it. Unfortunately, we're short-handed because we have a couple people out from just medical stuff. So we're really short-handed in the staff, so we will do a big wheel spin at the awards for the ones that we've missed. For our normal fun giveaway that we do each month. Just forgive us on that because we still haven't put all the people in yet and there's still some catching up on that side. Okay, that's all we got for today, am I right? There is 2 on here. We'll catch you guys up. Jason, are you here? Jason, you can come spin it. We do have 2 on here from last week, but there's more people that we missed. So we'll do this for fun real quick.
Come on, Jason.
All right, Jason, win $100, okay? Let's put this on here. So how do you get to spin the wheel? How do you get to spin the wheel? Why do you get to spin the wheel? Someone named you as a sponsor. So not only do you get to get profit share every single time they close a deal until they cap, you get to spin the wheel for fun. Also, guys, if you give me a referral, someone you talk to that does 8 or more deals in a year, you get to spin the wheel to celebrate that. And I think I owe a couple of you for those referrals, but let us catch up on that. So Jason, keep up, buddy. Get $1. Just kidding, don't get $1. That's a good spin, dude. Oh, we got a Firehouse gift card for some amount of money. Congratulations! Hey! Aaron's not here. All right, guys, that's all we have for this week. We'll see you next week. There's some pizza out, spread out. It looks like out there. Help yourself to some pizza. Love you all. Make sure get your mofer. Write out your plan. I'd love to see them. Pizza time.
Compounds are 88% concentrated usually. And we had
And they were like, better off just letting me go for like 2 days. So, I'm sure he's disappointed, right? But it's like,
Yes. This is for the that class. This is just for This is just for No, it's for July 20th. What's tomorrow? Oh, financial news, you just need to come for it. Yep. Double check that shit.
that we did on the piece of land.
Double check us to make sure you just see this.
How are you? To be honest with you, actually,
There's different ways you can do it.
Did you schedule your test?
Yes, that day.
It works?
I sat in that office, and I was like, hey, I need keys.
We're gonna have a
I'm like, I need
I'll tell you right now, we really.
There you go.
ignore the
No
contract.
excuses.
No, I was
Doesn't
saying.
matter. Pass. Go ahead. First step. Pass it.
I was like, where am I supposed to say? And it's like,
So that's, I would say, do both.
but even at that yeah.
No, I'm not.
Like, I told Maggie, because Maggie prepared the names. I told Maggie, you might be getting a call, and well, they were like, oh, it's 5 o'clock, the office is closing there. And I'm like, there's a place that says they need to be there at 6. So how am I supposed to get keys at 6 if you guys have to do that? So I got there at like 3 o'clock, and I stopped at 2 hours.
It's a service that you can
20 plus years of doing nothing.
but you can do, like an advertisement. So for that, like a list of
They were like, well, we don't have the access. No, because the place they were getting was,
I know, I've done advertising in the paper.
they had to use mid-off because
So there's more.
so the payoff amount they were given expired, so they had to go and check the whole for the close of that one, or it's like, so for instance, there's like, my purchase is not continuing. It's like, you couldn't put it on there, but you didn't, not my problem. Because I was surprised, because I was like, it's just something that, no, it's not contingent, they are trying something else, but it's not contingent.
I don't, I use it for the product.
You want pizza? Can you ready for pizza?
Yeah, you just have to go on propertylast.com, sign up for a free account, and then it's like a step by step process. You know, it tells you, okay, what is it? There's a form.
That's my little one.
It tells you, okay, what's the property address, what's the information,
Hermano,
upload photos.
¿dónde anda? Yo ando acá en el website, en la ranchita. No, acá no voy a preguntar, ¿qué vas a hacer?
much beach you want.
Sí, ya sé que es, ahorita que venga le explico. Eso, 2 hojitas más. Aquí los perros. Ándale, pues, aquí los perros. Gracias, hermano. Gracias.
Can I, let me take a picture for my mom.
So, we have a hotel there. We're not going to see.
Can I send it to mom?
We have one place. But they're not there. Thank you, Mike. Hey, you got 10 places too. How are you?
See them. She'll pound it.
My son.
Hey, yeah.